Hello, what's up everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka ReviewKingMB, and I just got done watching, really for the very first time, Full Metal Jacket. Full Metal Jacket is a 1987 film that was directed by Stanley Kubrick. And the plot is we meet these group of characters who are in basic training camp, boot camp essentially, and they're going through just the hardships of said camp, especially from their drill instructor, played by R. Lee Ermey. And this guy is so intense, he's so demeaning, he's some of the things he says to them, it's hard to watch. And some people can't even make it past this point. It drives them nuts. Then we kind of head to Matthew Modine's character, Private Joker, and a few other people who are in the Vietnam War, and you see just how intense and how awful it would be to be a soldier in this war, in this situation. Now, what I think of this movie is wow. Just wow. I had seen certain scenes of this movie before online. I would watch scenes and be like, wow, that looks really intense. But to actually sit down and watch the whole thing all the way through, geez. It is intense to watch. It is hard to watch at points. The reason why I sat down and watched this movie, it was on Netflix. That's for one. But two, R. Lee Ermey died recently, passed away, and so I thought, well, what movie can I watch that almost best represents this guy as an actor or his most famous role? And that would be this one, for sure. It's one of those things that's one of the most quoted of this guy's career. Some of these lines that he says to these people are like, in some senses you laugh at some of them because it's so absurd and so crazy, but in other ways it's true. It seems realistic. This guy, this actor, R. Lee Ermey, he really was in the Marines. He really was a drill instructor, and Stanley Kubrick, who barely ever does this, let him improvise. He let him just go off the cuff, say whatever came to mind, say whatever felt natural. And that's why those scenes play the way that they do. That's why he comes off as ruthless as he does, because he's not memorizing lines. He's just going from what was real, what he experienced. And to see him especially go after Vincent D'Onofrio, Private Pyle, who, yeah, he picks on him because he's overweight. Yeah, he doesn't think that he can cut it. But just some of the stuff that he says to him, some of the stuff that he makes him do with the jelly donut, and how everyone else in the team almost resents him for how much harder they're being pushed because of his mistakes. Like, it's sad. It's sad to see D'Onofrio just go down and down into this, the scene where he ends up not only killing R. Lee Ermey, but then shooting himself, and just the look on his face and how demented he looked and how he became. It was sad. It was rough to watch. But then we cut ahead, we see Matthew Modine as Private Joker, as they call him, where he's the smart ass, the smart aleck type guy. You follow him and a few other soldiers who are in the Vietnam War, and once again, this movie does not sugarcoat what it was like to be in the war. I can only imagine watching this movie, the way it's shot. There are certain scenes and sequences where you feel like you're in the trenches with these soldiers, and I don't want to put that term lightly. It's true. You feel like you're going through this. There's certain soldiers that you meet and you think, oh, okay, this guy's gonna probably be somebody that we follow as well. They die off screen, and you think, holy crap, like, that's probably really how it would be, right? You'd meet somebody, get kind of close to them, and then they would die, and you would just find their dead body in the dirt somewhere. And that's just how it is. There are other characters that you meet and you go like, wow, you're kind of a dick. Wow, you're kind of racist. But I'm stuck with you. I have to work with you. We have to get together here. And even when stuff would happen to them, or when stuff would happen around them, near the end of the movie, probably the most intense scene in the film is when the group is all like cornered and they're trying to pass through, but there's a sniper shooting them down, and especially one by one, certain soldiers are getting sniped down, and it's bloody and it's gruesome to watch. You feel bad because they're screaming out, and you want to go help them, but you understand Cowboy who's like, no, we can't do this, and especially when you see that the sniper is just a woman that like was giving them this much. I can't express how good I thought the movie was, but more so in a way of it hurt to watch some of this movie. It was insane to watch some of these parts of the film in that way. That's why I think it's good. That's why I think it was directed well. That's why I think it was acted well. What more can I say that hasn't already been said about Full Metal Jacket? What a movie! So guys, let me know in the comments below if you too have seen Full Metal Jacket. What do you think of it? Do you love it as well? What's your favorite scene? Is it hard to watch at times? Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!
Yeah, it's in the butane. It's in the butane. Yo, okay. Yo, it's butane. I never give up, in God we trust, and it's a must that I won't